Cute
balloon pop.
See, and y'all see, yeah, of course you would. Your ass would be in it, nigga. Your ass would be in it, man.
I'm sweating already.
Oh God. What's the next skill?
Oh my God.
All right, everybody, welcome to the 804 podcast. I'm Nick,
Jesse,
Alex,
and we have some special guests today. We got the
Exactly.
Reup podcast with us. What's going on,
The
everybody?
re-up.
man, how you guys feeling today, man?
Good, man. Got re-up Alex.
It's Bemo.
Yes, sir.
In
Yes,
Richmond,
sir.
baby. Well, I'm in Richmond. Shit.
And he in Richmond.
Facts.
I live in Richmond. And yeah, I'm happy to be here.
thanks for coming on.
Sure, man. Another podcast collab, right? Yeah, I mean, racking them up this year. All right, for sure. Well, Alex Bemo, our Alex. Right. Always has a goddamn
Right.
Count these episode numbers, man. Week after week, episode after episode. It's always something, man. So real quick, brother, what's the episode count for today? What we doing?
Well, first, I have to look to my good brother, Olympic gold medalist, champion. It's Nick Carter.
Yeah.
Yep. So, my gold medal brother, could you shine some light on
You'd probably come in seventh.
Jesse? Could you help a brother out?
Got nothing for you. My button's messing up too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna have to say, me and my good brothers have been doing the 804 podcast for 266 episodes.
266.
66.
Damn.
We on episode 10 on our podcast.
Oh no!
There you go. Like I said, first of all, you gotta make sure you're right. There you go.
You know how we do. You know how we do. Oh no! Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
266.
But y'all also don't really know what episode you're on, though, right? Isn't that like the whole thing?
266. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly. Right. Yeah. Honestly.
Because the episode I listened to
Gold medalist.
But it's somewhere allegedly around.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to an episode from 2 weeks ago. It was 232. I mean,
Nah, I hope we had that on.
Yeah.
I was just listening in the car like maybe 5 minutes ago. But that's
Shit.
Welcome to episode.
You did more research than me. Shit. That's the first. That's the first. Oh, shit.
Way to go, Alex.
No.
Way to make us look good.
No, we're good. 266.
Not a DC
I'm
Richmond all
capping.
fucked up.
I'm capping.
Right. Type shit, man.
It's 266.
That's why you didn't win a gold medal.
Actually, I did win a gold. I left mine at home.
Hey, Alex. So I got a question for you. I asked every single person named Alex.
I'm weak.
That's
Okay.
good, right?
Let's get
Have
it.
you ever met an Alex you just hated? Just terrible Alex. Like,
Actually, no. Real talk. And there have been a few, like a good few that
everyone's
I've met.
named Alex. Like, there's a lot of Alexes. Like, that's
facts.
crazy though. I've only had one person say that they met a subpar Alex, a mid Alex before.
Mid-Alex.
All the Alexes I asked. So that's crazy. That's crazy.
A mid-Alex.
Yeah, mid-Alex. Call a grown man mid-Alex. That man got a whole family. Yeah, mid-Alex.
Are you a mid-Alex?
I pay my taxes just like everybody. Right?
Yeah, no, let me.
Oh, I thought you just.
Nah,
I thought you had a story for us. But real quick, Alex Bemo, whoever wants to do it, something that we do after the episode count, we do have a quote of the day. This quote can be a song lyric, Bible verse, tattoo, IG caption, motto, saying anything that means something to you, anything that you live life by. It ain't gotta be nothing super smart, just anything you live life by.
just like right now. Or
Yes, sir. Right now.
You know what's on my heart right now, bro?
Talk to
I got
us.
a whole bunch of quotes and shit.
Yeah.
Like, but at this particular moment, I want to let you know that your vote ain't special.
Okay. Let's get right to it. Yeah. Check. Fuck the intro. Fuck all that.
Especially like election season coming up specifically, your vote ain't special. So all this hooting and hollering niggas is doing like, oh, I need you to show me. I need you to prove to me that you are qualified to do a certain thing. Shut the fuck up, bro. Either participate and use your civic voice or get the fuck out the way. And while we're there, voting is not the only way that you can use your civic voice. You know what I mean? If you're not at the council meetings, if you're not trying to run for office, if you're not trying to be civically involved other ways than just a general election.
But I saw this Instagram post.
I need you to shut the fuck up, bro.
And it said niggas. So,
Do y'all have chicken?
What else did?
Yo.
Because that is the next question. I ain't gonna lie.
I came to the meeting. Is there?
You said your vote doesn't what?
Your vote ain't special, man.
Your vote ain't special. So you care about people voting though, right? Okay, bet. Register to vote because that's where people slip up. And then they, you know what I'm saying, they get caught slipping and then they can't even vote.
Grown man ain't registered to vote.
So many people you move.
Grown women.
Okay, yeah. But I'm just saying, if I'm gonna spray, like, telling people to vote is one thing. At least register to vote. Yeah.
Ain't registered to vote.
Calm down.
You would be surprised.
I did do switch houses. I had to re-register. So you know what I'm
You
saying.
had to re-register. That's one thing.
Yeah.
It's never registered.
That's crazy.
You got a little dick.
Shit. You said what'd you say?
If you are not registered to vote, you got a little dick. Never registered. You don't know how to use your voice. You don't know how to speak up for yourself. That's a little dick energy.
That's crazy. So that's the
And a little
quote.
clit. You ever fuck with a girl, a little clit? Oh my god.
Yes, I have actually. I mean, don't put me on the spot, but Richmond crazy. You know, I can't be airing my shit out there. You know. Shit. That's a good quote though.
Thanks. We're going viral.
The one before that about little dicks.
So y'all gotta register, man. Y'all gotta
There you
register.
go, register, but don't vote. Right. There you go. I'll say it. Fuck it. I'm registered though. Where was you with Trump and them guys? I mean, I was registered and shit. My nigga, don't get mad at me. I was registered.
I signed up. I didn't participate.
So I said
signed
Thomas
up.
saying like, I was qualified to meet the requirements, but I wasn't selected. Right. Shout out to IT, man. But all right. Well, real quick, man. People out there that may not know the Reup podcast and what y'all do. Right, we're living under a rock. Real quick, Alex Bemo, could you guys introduce yourself and what y'all do? I guess real quick before we start answering.
Yeah, man. My name's Reup Alex. You know, we got the Reup podcast out of DC. The homie Bemo, he'll do his introduction too. But yeah, I mean, shit, we cover music, art, culture, DMV based, for those who don't know, as DC, Maryland, Virginia. And we'll probably get into what that actually means because we are in Richmond. But yeah, I'm an artist manager, 9 to 5. I used to run a music blog in around 2012 in the DMV. I'm from Nova, so I know Richmond got their feelings about that too. But yeah, it's been really cool. You know, we just started up 8 months ago. We're on episode 10. We just dropped episode 10 with Kaylin Ellis today.
Congrats.
Multi-instrumentalist, producer, artist in general from Lakeland, Florida. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be here.
Yeah, Alex know about the podcast. This is his podcast, man. That's his podcast, man. I'm just being honest with you. You know, the Reup was something that he started 45 years ago in the basement in Atlanta somewhere. And so he hit me up to join the pod, bro. But it's a general intro. My name is Bemo. I am from the DMV. I am a broadcast journalist, storyteller, and a whole bunch of other shit, to be honest with you. But a lot of hats. Yeah, a lot of hats, man. Podcaster, 3-time Emmy nominated, which means I'm also a 3-time loser in the motherfuckers too. So it's good to be here with y'all, man. I think this is our first time being featured on another podcast, so we're very interested in, you know, spreading through the airways and broadcasting with y'all brothers.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Anybody got the first question?
I'll let you take it, Alex.
Got you. How's y'all morning routine like? What's y'all's morning routine like? In general. I don't usually start off with that.
My morning routine, damn. So I wake up. I have a little puppy, right? He just turned 1 not that long ago. His name's Ralph. And I went to Costa Rica for 35 days, and he followed me home on like day 30. I imported him. And it did cost me a fucking money, but he's the man. So, my morning, I wake up, take care of him, feed him, walk him, hop in the shower. And then, I smoke a fat blunt, honestly. And, there's not enough hours in the day. So, like, by then it's around, like, 8 a.m. I actually work West Coast hours on the East Coast. So I start work at noon. But I work on the podcast. I work on the artist management that I do outside of this, 9-to-5 job that I have. I answer my text messages because I'm bad at that. And, I get to it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I start my 8-hour shift right after that. So, yeah.
Man's got a job. That's what's up, bro. I'm proud of you, man. 2 jobs. This man's an artist manager, which is something I will never return to doing. But every morning I wake up around 5:30, take me a good shit, smoke my first blunt. What's up?
He said, "Take me a good
Taking a good shit, man. 5:30 to about 6:15, taking a good shit, getting my mind right. Now I roll my first fat blunt with the lady of the house. We sit on the couch. That's where I usually get my news on. I'm reading the papers, trying to figure out what's going on because I'm also a cultural strategist. By the time 9 o'clock come around, I'm back in the bed, to be honest with you, because 5 to 9 is one day, and then I take a nap till about 10:30, and I wake up and I get my morning walk on about 5 miles, come back to the house around noon, and that's when I get to working on like the brain trust stuff. So I also have a I have a brain trust that I own and operate with a few other folks. We do some cultural strategists and some thinking around that. We got a couple corporate clients, so we knock some of that shit out. And then it's time to do like creative shit, like get to editing some of the podcast stuff, some of the late night interview type situations. Actually, yesterday we had a big 4-hour meeting about the strategy of this next card game we got coming up. So then by that time it's about 5 o'clock. I'm probably about 4-5 blunts in. So then I need another nap, you know what I'm saying? So I wake up around 8 o'clock, then I do the night shift from about 8 to midnight with another blunt involved, kicking it with the lady of the house, probably eating a little food. That's the morning time, and that was 6 to midnight? Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. But
I only asked for your morning routine, bro. You went through the whole fucking day.
But here's the thing, bro. What is the morning when you own your own business, you operate your own schedule? Your joint was very centered on your 9 to 5 type shit.
Yeah. Chad Harrington, I think the coolest thing he said when we interviewed him is it was a Saturday. It was 10 p.m. and he's like, "Well, y'all working right now on the weekend, so that's respect." I'm like, "Damn, I didn't even think about that." Y'all, yeah, and respect to y'all. It's 9 p.m. right now. We doing the podcast, so yeah, we working.
What y'all on in the morning, man? What y'all up to? Yeah, what y'all niggas on, man? Some strange shit. Wow.
Oh man.
Honestly, I get up in the morning around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Do some exercises, and I like to listen to some music, just sit somewhere quiet, put some headphones in. I got a vinyl record player, so I'll play some of my records. And then I'm doing a film, so I'm getting to editing that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got to go to work at 2 or 3. And then most of the time, that'll be my day.
What kind of film?
A documentary.
On what?
How long have you been in Richmond? George Lancaster?
No, I only been in Richmond a year.
Okay, so yeah, he's a coach down at Highland Springs High School.
Okay.
So he coached for 37 years.
That's cool.
Down there, coached a few at Huguenot. So I'm doing a film on that.
That's what's up.
I love documentaries, bro. I've produced documentaries too. That's dope.
What about you? What's your morning routine?
Honestly, y'all early birds, man. Unless I'm going to work early, then so if I have to because day job, I do retail, so okay, so if I got to be up there like 9 something or whatever, like then I'll probably be like, just wake up, take a shower. Kind of I'd be kind of a little slow in the mornings. Now, if it's different if I'm doing something for us, like the production company, if we got to do something early in the morning, like wake up, maybe look over some of the like scripts or something like that, me and Jesse be going back and forth as far as like, okay, we're meeting around this time or whatnot. So yeah, and it's a little bit more excitement, but when it's just work, it's kind of just like, all right, wake up, brush your teeth, like, like, all right, ready. Maybe like, on my way to work, just listening to some music, getting, ready, to go through the day. And that's about it. Yeah, so pretty chill.
They don't care about us, man. Wake up, smoke, get to it. Fuck it. Why? Talk about the beginning of the Reup podcast. That's what they want to hear about. Fuck what we do in the morning.
The beginning of the Reup podcast. I feel like that's a hard one because it's like it's new. It's only been 8 months, so it's like I feel like really it's the revival of this thing that in high school I basically got really lucky because all of the people who I was around and all of the older homies that I had were running venues or like throwing shows, and those people ended up being like the people who, discovered Caliucius and Masego and all of those crazy artists from like, the DMV and the beach and all of that. So I got put in a space where it was like, I wanted to be a part of it, and more of a part of it. So I figured, writing about it and making a blog would make sense because back then, this is like 2010, blogs are where you were finding your music. Like Spotify, I don't even know if Spotify existed back then, to be honest.
Nigga.
In 2010, I don't think Spotify existed, right? Which is crazy to think about, honestly.
That is,
So everyone's finding the music from blogs. I got a few interviews. I got to interview Mac Miller, Logic, because Logic's from Maryland, so kind of the DMV area. He's from out in Gaithersburg, so it's a little farther. People like that who, and I mean, there were more established rappers too, like Wu-Tang Clan at one point, Waka Flocka, and just things that were happening in fucking 2009, 2010, all that shit. And then I did my whole music industry journey of, throwing shows. I love film and I love, taking pictures, videos, all of that stuff. So I got into a lot of event photography, filming, because I want to make money too. So I did that, shot music videos for a while, worked in music licensing, and then, I moved back to the DMV area, 3 years ago? I lived on the West Coast for a while. Lived in Portland, Oregon, Seattle, this little city outside Seattle called Bellingham. And honestly, I met Bemo at a party. It was at this like kind of Airbnb situation with a stage in DC, pretty close to Howard, right?
Small one box?
Yeah.
God bless the box.
Yeah. That was a dope spot. And you run sound. Which is crazy. I ain't seen you do that since then. And I was just trying to network, see, that's why I was out there in the first place, trying to get, because like when you leave a place, even if you're from there, it's hard if you come back after 5 years to figure out what's popping, so I had to try a lot of different things, go a lot of places by myself, meet new people, and I had just gotten his Instagram, seeing the Wake and Bake with Bemo podcast. I seen you doing that, and that inspired me to like reignite this journalistic thing that I had going. Like it's crazy because there was no point in time where I was like, and this year I'm gonna create a podcast. It was like probably within like a month or two of me thinking the idea, I just went for it. And I think it's just right time, right place. Like we both have really good connections. We work well together. We kind of got like the good cop, bad cop thing going sometimes. So I like that. So we're on episode 10. It's crazy. It's crazy to see it grow. And we got a lot ahead of us. We've been doing like live podcasts. We did one of those for our season 1 finale. I was trying to get y'all out there. Next one, we'll definitely have y'all out there. That'd be really cool. I would love to have that. The best part for me is that it's a platform. Like I didn't know that I was going to be creating this platform. Like I almost have more followers on that page than like my personal Instagram, it hasn't been that long. It's like an actual platform where it's like you can do different things. You know, now we're interviewing like out of town guests and we're running ticket giveaways, which like that is when I noticed that it is a platform. I was like, whoa, can actually help people other than me just posting these videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you know, we're new, I think people really like the organic conversations. We don't do any like gimmicky stuff. So that's like a big thing for me. Like, I know Bemo, you're saying like, hey, you try to, you know, pop off. You weren't saying we gotta do this gimmicky stuff, but it's like, it's crazy to not do it and still get somewhere. And I'm going to continue doing that. And I'm just gonna see what's up. Yeah.
Yeah. Alex has us meeting at a party. I don't remember that party at all, to be honest with you, bro. What I actually remember is I was working at an ad agency and you were working at a nonprofit music sync, and through like Kismet we would like connect through email, because I think the agency at the time was trying to like just throw you to the side, and I was definitely the side nigga at the time. And so we had a lunch, and then I recognized that you and a brunch, excuse me, my bad brother. We were in DC. It was a real brunch ass time. It was outside too with white folks. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
A lot of free champagne.
We did a lot of free champagne that day. We did a lot of burps. And so I remember we had a shared connection over this cassette project that I had at the time, where I make cassettes for artists and combinations with like music videos to get back in the mindset of selling music as the actual product and not like niggas getting these bullshit t-shirts and drop ship fucking hats off. So like that's to me at the core of our Reup podcast is you have a crazy madman and then you have an individual who's passionate about artist management and what happens when we have a conversation around music. And what I've really appreciated over these 2 seasons, 10 episodes is that we journalists about our shit. You know what I mean? We are actually there is a joke that we don't do, that I don't do research, but I'll just be fucking with Alex. I actually research the fuck out of people. So like I researched the fuck out of the 804 podcast, and knowing we actually on episode 234, as they say. But that's okay. That's okay. What's interesting is that we're like real live journalists, and we're trying to investigate particular claims around music, and there's like this modern era of music. I feel like Alex and I strike a perfect balance between what I consider like the real flippant, almost made-up nature of electronic music and the traditional Quincy Jones perspective that I came from. So I'm a trained musician, played the saxophone 17 years all through college. And then, you know, I'm hearing niggas just speeding up samples and calling themselves genre. Well, you know, I didn't want to say hyperpop out loud, but, you know, the niggas calling themselves genre pioneers by just taking fucking old Ohio Players records and speeding them up. So I feel like that's what we're really trying to get to at the bottom of the Reup podcast is like, you know, it's a lot of new music going on. This conversation we're having, a debate between an artistic renaissance or an artistic depression. That's what we're trying to figure out. Like, all these niggas got accessibility to technology and to sounds, but it feels like, in my opinion, music is getting worse. But we have that discussion every time that we had the Reup podcast. Every time.
No, you honestly hit perfectly there. One of my favorite parts is just like I do a lot of like bringing the guests in, and a lot of times like one guest will lead to the other, and it's not like that person tells the other person like, hey, you should get on this podcast, but it just becomes this like cool little path that like I don't really know where it's gonna go next, but every time it seems to get like better and better and better. You know, we just had our first out of state guest, so that's really exciting for me. And yeah, I mean, I'm really trying to diversify even more. We interviewed a painter, a visual artist, so that was really interesting to like talk about something that somebody can only see and not hear, you know? But yeah, I mean, shit. Wait, what questions you got for us, man, about the podcast? What?
I'll say this. What do you love the most about the podcast?
What do I love the most about the podcast? Releasing the episodes. Because it's like, as an artist manager, I call what I do as a job art. Like, some people might not see that, but like the art of like business, if you want to say it as that, or, you know, connecting with people or pulling strings, which is really difficult sometimes. But this is like my medium of art right now, and I've never really had that space to do that. You know, I'm always just managing other people's art, making, you know, money for them off of it or organizing it. So, yeah, releasing art into the world Like, that's my favorite. It gets me so excited. It's like a feeling that I didn't even know I was ever going to get to feel, you know? Like, yeah.
I think for me, the thing that I love the most is actually generating dialogue. My lifelong goals include being like a late night TV show host. So being able to interact with guests and artists, and even Alex to a very large degree, and have genuine, what I feel like, deep and meaningful conversations where we're actually ideating about ideas and not just talking about like bullshit. I think the thing that we see a lot on social media these days, and I sound like an old man because I am, but the thing that we see a lot on social media these days is just like bullshit conversations. Like, a lot of people weren't born with journalistic integrity or idealistic ideas about journalism, so we just get like very surface level conversations, very bullshit, very like, oh, which bitch you want to fuck, whose balloon you want to pop, shit like that. Like, you know what I mean, which is cool. It's cute.
Balloon pop.
See, and y'all see, yeah, of course you would. Your ass would be in it, nigga. Your ass would be in it, man.
I'm sweating already.
Oh God. What's the next?
God damn.
I'll say this. You know, you have thousands and millions of podcasts out there, especially in, you know, DMV area, probably Richmond too. What makes y'all's podcast one of one?
I think it comes back to the not being about the gimmicks part and the journalistic integrity. And then also just like the selection of guests is like another thing that is my favorite part. Like, it is almost like booking an artist for a show, you know. It's like, oh my God, like, this person wants to be a part of this. They want to interact with these fans. They want to create a moment. I think that's what separates it. And then like the fact that, you know, we're new, we're growing, we're doing it well. Like, the longevity of it is going to be just tenfold, like, when you really look at it. So it's like, I think that's what's different. You know, the things that I want to work on and like we're trying to work on is obviously like, and it sucks, but it's just like making it look bigger than it is on the socials is like something that you really got to kind of do, and that, you know, that comes from the quality. You know, I see y'all got the multi-camera, so that's a bet. You know, y'all got the board, so that's really important with the podcast. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, on top of that, it's just like being from the DMV. I think that a lot of people are doing the whole like DMV podcast thing and trying to shine light on it, but from the perspective of someone from Northern Virginia and someone who, I mean, I give you a DMV pass, Bemo, but you know, you ain't from the DMV, but like you do represent the DMV at this exact moment. I hold that so close to my heart too. So, you know, inviting people into the space, showing them that the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia is like a up and coming place. We have art, we have culture. Like, you know, I know the government presence is a little much, but I think that really brings art out of a place. Like, the oppression of it all, you know, the fact that like people are going out and sometimes even creating art and then going back to their government jobs, like going and you know, saying like, fuck this, fuck that, and making this crazy art, but then it's like, yeah, they're actually like making laws too, which is a crazy concept. But yeah, that's really it, man. Like, the goal of the podcast is to bring the artists and the people who we, you know, want to share their stories and let them share their stories into that space. And then also people like in more of a not tourism aspect, but like showing them the DMV and like showing them like, hey, you can sit in the space with, you know, some cool ass niggas like me and Bemo, and it's not gonna be gimmicky. You can have an organic conversation. You're gonna feel comfortable. Like, not once have I had somebody be like, yeah, this was weird, like after the podcast, or like feel, you know, like, so that's something that I really appreciate. And at the end of the day, it's just like we are doing it to do it, you know, like, hell, I would want this to be my full-time job for sure. But at the end of the day, we're gonna keep going till we get to episode 266.
They got to get to episode 266 too.
Swear.
Yeah, okay. All right. I ain't gonna let you swear against your Lord. All right, let's do this though. The question was, what makes us different?
What
So I was listening to y'all's podcast. Y'all were talking to a guy, I think, who was from Richmond. He was in trouble with the MLB. He has a storefront up here. You remember his name? The storefront dude? Yeah.
Charged up.
Yeah, charged up, right? Yeah. And so I was listening how y'all were talking to him. Yeah, shout out charged up. Shout out charged up. Sound like a dope. Is the storefront still open?
Yes, sir.
Okay, bet. It sound like it's a dope little, not little. It sound like it's a dope spot, right? So I'm listening to how y'all talk to him and with him, and I can tell there is a Richmond familiarity. Like, I know you, I've seen you before. This is not the first time that we've had a conversation. And so what I love about the Reup podcast, Diego is a great example. When Diego walks in to do the podcast and he sees me sitting there, I'm one of Diego's first solo shows. He did one of his first solo shows with me 6 years ago. So him seeing me again is not like, oh, these niggas trying to, you know what I'm saying, get some content, get up. It's like, no, there's a true investment into me as an artist, and therefore I trust them in this journalistic setting. And that has happened so many times on our podcast. You can tell some niggas just don't do research when Alex hit them up, because when they walk in, they see me like, I didn't know you was going to be here. Nigga, what the fuck, what you mean you ain't know? What the fuck you ain't mean you ain't know? So like that to me is something that no one can repeat. No one can go back into artist management bag like Alex can 6-7 years ago. No one can go back into event curation and artist development like I was doing 6-7 years ago when you saw me at the small wooden box on 52 O Street. But that's to kind of answer your question. But I don't like your question. Like, I actually want to push it back on you. What do you think is so important about being unique?
What is so important about being unique?
Yes.
It's always good to be unique.
Why? Who told you that?
I told myself that.
Well, who convinced you to tell yourself that, though? Like, why would, we are 5 niggas on podcast mics. Like, on a very general aesthetic, when somebody is, this nigga crazy with the sound effects. Okay.
There's another stereotype.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I got you.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, when somebody's scrolling through this on Instagram, they're not going to see there's a difference. So, like, I'm wondering, like, why would you invest in even trying to create a difference? That's what the conversation me and Alex had at the beginning about, like, doing gimmicky shit. We could do, like, some shit like, oh, we gonna interview niggas on cliffs. Ain't nobody gonna have niggas do interviews on cliffs.
I wanted to do this gimmicky shit where we had young Chris on the podcast. He's popping, you know what I'm saying? He did popping. And he talked about he talked about car meets, right? How he went to a car meet in Atlanta and he's seen someone get hit by a car and do like 50 flips. And I was like, bro, if I cut up, like we were talking about gimmicky shit, I'm like, if I cut up a video of him saying that and then I made it split screen and I just had a nigga getting hit by a car flipping at a car meet, that shit would pop. I fucking know. But I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
But back to like that, because I want to put the question back on our host. Yeah. But to that point though, but like in doing that, we would be unique. Would that be a benefit to us? Would that make us successful in your opinion?
No.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, another example is my homie. Everybody Eats, Ray Reddy. He has a podcast, Richmond too. Really cool guy. I went to high school with him. Ray Reddy's shit. Anyways, he was What? I went to high school with him. He lives in Richmond. How is that old? You didn't go to high school?
When did y'all graduate?
I graduated 2012, so I'm 29. I'm 29. But no, let me just get the story. It's a really quick and stupid story. He went viral because he found a stick in his yard, taped a video with it, and then it got posted on a page where people just post cool sticks, wooden sticks. It was huge. It was a log. It was huge. Bro, and he's like, shit went viral as fuck, bro. So yeah, that's, gimmicky, but hey, shout out Ray Reddy with the stick. Like,
again.
Don't give me this. Don't give me this. What do you want me to say about Ray's stick, bro? Okay.
Sure, right. And actually, I appreciate the cleanup on that, because they all, I saw the podcast, right? Right. Y'all can hop back on the highway. Nah. Oh, actually, all right. Well, if you were finished, all right, cool. you were kind of alluding to a little bit, Alex. So what is the DMV? Is Richmond a part of the DMV?
Oh,
what
shit.
is the TM fucking V, man?
I got you.
Somebody look at that.
So to answer your second question first, no, Richmond is not part of the DMV. Mostly because I had to rent a car and drive down to this motherfucker. If y'all was in the DMV, I would be able to hop on the train or I got a lift. It'd have been real cool. But I would say that to say the same way that I tell some niggas who act like they black but actually just American, like there's nothing wrong with not being wrong from the DMV. For what I've learned, like there is a very rich, beautiful musical tradition here in Richmond that has a direct line to DC and the DMV music. Why you would want to be a part of that, why y'all would want to chop and like beat feet and like wear like Muslim inspired clothes when y'all niggas clearly from the South, I don't know.
Okay.
No, what?
So,
I said something wrong?
No. The Muslim part was funny.
Yeah, like, niggas a decent
part, but I know. It's
What's
crazy.
up?
It's crazy. So Richmond is not part of the DMV. DC, Maryland, Virginia are obviously their own separate places and states. But when it comes to the DMV, it's just everything that touches DC. So you're talking Northern Virginia, you're talking PG County in Maryland. People who are out in Eastern Shore, I would say, are not part of the DMV. They try, past Waldorf, not really the DMV. And then, I would say in Northern Virginia, where it stops is like Stafford area.
Nigga, if you live in Georgetown, you're not in the fucking DMV. I don't give a
No,
fuck,
you're
bro.
definitely in the DMV.
No,
What the fuck?
like we said on the podcast before, bro.
No,
DMV is much more.
It's much more.
regional.
But like Richmond has its own thing going, right? The beach has its own thing going. That's not connected with Richmond. Those are all different parts. But what I do get out of it is that like Virginia is one of the most underrated parts of just that whole tri-state when you get to it. Because like when you go past everything else, like you go past the DMV part of Maryland, there's literally not shit, bro. There's not shit except maybe Ocean City, you know what I'm saying? But Virginia is vast. We got the beach, we got Richmond, we have, amazing mountains and nature and all this shit. Don't go fucking west. That shit's fucking crazy. You ever go to the middle of Virginia? They're stuck in like the 70s in some cities, bro. Towns. Not cities, towns, bro. I'm talking, it looks like a ghost town. Like, crazy ass shit. Do not go to the middle of Virginia. Like, it is scary. But yeah, that's...
Where you going, boy? Yeah.
It's terrifying, bro.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Exactly.
Stop dabbing me up. No, I'm gonna tell you right now. Stop doing that because they gonna think we up to something. So stop doing it. Because honestly, I be seeing it on the playback and it does look diabolical.
You gotta do it and then look at the camera.
We come on. Right. Stop. I'm like, they gonna because they be on the other side too. Like, wait a minute. Stop. But okay, and then I got one more off of that. Do y'all believe there's like beef between like DC and Virginia, DC and Richmond?
Bro, y'all hate Nova niggas. I swear. Okay, so I'm out.
I've heard that a lot.
I'm out. No. So
I don't like driving in Nova. That's the only
at
thing.
a bar.
I don't have a problem with people.
I'm at Cobra Cabana, right over there, right? Chilling by myself, having a drink, maybe meet a cute girl for a second. You talking to her. She asks where you're from. I said I'm from Nova. She on batter ass. It's either over or she's also from the DMV or Nova, and it's cool. I don't know why, bro. To be honest, like I could see if you were like new to Nova and you're a gentrifier. Like if you just straight up moved to Nova, like now that would be crazy. Like I don't even have the bread for that. But like I'm from Nova. Like I'm from Nova to the point where like not everybody was rich when I was growing up at all. Like it was actually like mad. Like Route 1 was ghetto as fuck.
How about
Route 1 nice now?
That's the to speak.
Y'all hate us because we we're touching fucking bread,
y'all are
bro.
we
like that's what everyone always says. Yeah. Like I don't get it. But I mean, shit. Like it's active over there. DC's popping. It's a major spot for art and culture. All the artists are stopping there. I mean, that's why the podcast. That's obviously why I go all the way to DC to do the podcast because everyone coming through DC. So, yeah, it's crazy, bro. Why y'all hate Nova niggas? Where y'all from?
Actually, Richmond. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's all good.
Well, honestly, I don't really see that much about like black Nova people. I always thought it was more because I went to Radford for school. So like, yes, I'm from Stafford. Like I met a whole bunch of white people from Nova. So like, yes, that stereotype is, I ain't gonna lie, that shit's true. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. But I never really heard anything bad about like black people from Nova though.
The only
like,
thing I hate about Nova is the traffic.
yeah, just driving out there.
Traffic's
That's the
crazy.
main thing.
Honestly, bro, it's crazy if you're not from no, I ain't gonna get into the traffic patterns. But if you're not like from like born and raised in Nova, I was thinking about this earlier. It's like growing up, you know, I grew up really middle class. Like everyone was the same. They had huge middle class neighborhoods. Now as gentrification goes, people with money have just bought these small houses, knocked them completely down, and built mansions in places where there weren't mansions before. Like you go to where I live, like my parents live, you would think we're rich, but actually we just have a small ass house that we haven't renovated, and everyone's just bought every house around it and built a mansion. But it's like if you were to stay there and you stayed in that small house for 20 years and everyone around you is getting money, you know, and doing all these things, eventually you're gonna wise up and you're gonna touch some fucking paper. Cause it's just naturally. So like I commend the people who have stuck it out. They're all doing good. They look like regular ass Nova niggas for sure. Like they look like the stereotypical. Like to be honest, like you know, if you were just stick around, it would just rub off on you at that point. I didn't, but it's if you were to move there now, it would be impossible, bro. It would be crazy. I couldn't even imagine. So I don't really meet many black people from Nova these days. Like they're all in LA, Atlanta. You either left, you're dead because we have a huge drug problem, or what's the other one? You're dead, you left, or you still live there. No, for real. Like there's a huge opiate problem in Nova. And yeah. So yeah, straight up. Sorry to get a little morbid there, but
No,
It's all good.
yeah.
It's all good.
actually, I'm good on questions.
I'll say this. Bemo,
Yeah.
as a journalist, do you have any like any idols?
Any idols?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Do I have idols, bro? I was?
Sort of. Like, who is your Ronnie?
Oh,
Who is your Ronnie? Like LeBron James?
oh yeah, true.
Damn it, the motherfucker.
Oh man.
You know, like.
I still won't answer. But I'll tell you my inspirations, just off the top of my head, definitely Bryant Gumbel, legendary sports reporter. Actually, my namesake, my real name is Bryant. Nicole Hannah-Jones, of course, who shook the world with the 1619 Project. I fuck with my man Michael Harriot over at the Griot. He does a lot of like cultural analysis and journalism. I do a lot of opinionated editorials. Okay. So I'm not out here doing like cover stories, or you won't see me at Rafa like reporting live from Rafa. No, you won't see no shit like that. But you'll hear me talking about like a whole bunch of like black issues and strategy for black plight, essentially. So yeah, Nicole Hannah-Jones, Michael Harriot, Panama Jackson, I'm fucking with them. I'm fucking with George Stephanopoulos. I'm fucking with him, man. He's cool. I'm fucking with Mahedi. I fucking with Mahedi Hassan, nigga. Nigga, this nigga over here whispering journalists in my ear. Yeah, I'm fucking with those, but then like on a very like colloquial term, I'm fucking with Keith Lee. I'm fucking with my man MT, who is a comic book nerd who does like cultural analysis on the internet. I'm fucking with people like that. I don't fuck with Amanda Seales though. You can get her punk ass up out of here. Are y'all niggas reading the paper? Is that
No.
okay?
Let's just not cap.
Shit.
You about to say something?
Nah.
All right, back to Bemo. Now we gonna get content out of you, brother. All right, yeah. All right. How do you feel about, do you dive into like music journalism, music commentary?
Yeah.
How you feel about like academics, Joe Budden, shit like that? Yeah. You got it. Come on. Now you know what's going. Hey.
I can't tell if his page got hacked or if it's just a fucking meme page on Instagram, bro. For the longest, I love it, but I'm like, bro,
Come on, beaming up. Back at but it's music commentary. He's giving you journalism, Bemo.
Journalistic integrity.
Why does he hate Freddie Gibbs? Why does Act hate Freddie Gibbs?
Because it's important, Alex. Bemo is journalism. He was number 1 on the complex licks, nigga. Somebody wrote that up. I'm on, Alex. There you go. Nah, but how do you feel about like situations like that, man?
Journalistic integrity.
Because he is number 1. He's over people like Elliot Wilson, all shit like that. Talk about it, man. Get in the hip hop bag.
I think it's interesting you call them journalists.
Why is he not?
But how is... I can see how what they're doing is different from what we're doing. We're definitely journalists. But, yeah, dive a little deeper into that.
Yeah, talk to him.
I would consider both of them to be more like commentary.
Okay.
Essentially, neither one of them niggas write. I know that for sure. These niggas is not writing articles. These niggas is not citing sources or no shit like that. So, like, I wouldn't necessarily call it, like, true journalism. And they're writing on an edge or creating on an edge. But that doesn't mean that they're not important. So, I think academics just a bitch nigga. So, like, I really have nothing for academics and his rapey ass. But like Joe Budden, of course, he also has history with domestic assault as well. So I guess fuck him as well. Yeah, I guess that's my opinion for real. But like, I can't front and be like, oh, when I'm scrolling on Twitter, I don't see opinions and things that they say, and it don't entertain me. It does. Like, do the whole Drake and Kendrick beef, like hearing the opinions on the Joe Budden show and hearing what academics got to say. I mean, you know what? I take it back. I will say academics does have some journalistic tendencies because the way he is able to directly source from Drake and be his mouthpiece, that's kind of cool. That's kind of interesting. I mean, I say that very intentionally. He's all in that mouth. You know what I mean? But that's where I feel like that's where you get. There's a difference between having journalistic tendencies and being a journalist, because like having Drake as your primary source for Drake things is a very journalistic thing to do. But to believe Drake in everything he says as gospel is actually very anti-journalist to do. So it's kind of like you back at zero. You know who's a better journalist than him? Fucking Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat is whipping both their ass in journalism. What? Hell yeah. I don't watch that shit. I watch the YouTube clips, baby. I'm too old to be watching a 20-year-old on 8 hours a day. The fuck, bro? I told you my morning routine. I don't got free time till midnight. Aiden Ross? You know, watching Aiden Ross read the definition of fascism just explained to me how stupid he really is.
Oh, yeah, he had Donald Trump on the screen. That button is really long, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that.
Okay, me neither. No, I gotta switch to music a little bit. What's your favorite era of music, Bemo?
Era of music that we talk about a lot on the Reup podcast is like that weird. I'm gonna take it back a little more, like the 2009 to 2012 era. You know what I mean? Where like gangster rap kind of like started to fade out, and like trap music came in, and like even with Kanye, he kind of made things like softer and more artistic and freeform, and that being okay. Kid Cudi, you know what I'm saying? Like that was crazy. Like you had the whole like the trap rap, the cloud, you know, rap kind of SoundCloud era was coming in. Yeah, and then you have like this free form, like we're blending genres, we're doing weird shit. Yeah. Again, shout out to Kid Cudi because he was a big influence in that. I mean, that was the first person, unfortunately, to name, you know, to put some of his albums in a rap or hip hop genre didn't even make sense for, you know, some of that music. And like obviously we've heard of Tyler the Creator having that problem with tons of different artists, but come to think of it, like he was one of the first I can think of, you know, early on where it's like, bro, that does not belong in there. Like, you know, singing became normal within rap and not like, whoa, what the fuck you doing, nigga? Like, but yeah, I love that era.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's crazy? I was the same, like that same time period. I'm also fucking with, but more so like on the musical side. So like 2009, 2012 is when you have like a resurgence of neo soul and natural hair movement before YouTube pops off. So you got Erykah Badu, you got your Jill Scotts going on, but you also have like Robert Glasper's coming around. You also got Frank Ocean who's popping up. So it's like a real revival happening in the soul music genre that's very based on musicality. You know how much I love musicality. And I'm not even a religious ass nigga, but also 2009, 2012 is when you see like a bunch of hyper musical gospel music, right? And some of that shit's coming from Richmond. And so that essentially travels up through DC onto Black Broadway. And from 2009 to about 2018, there was a live music scene on U Street that was representative of that neo soul and also that hyper gospel movement. So in DC from 2008 to about 2018, before it got really gentrified on U Street, that moment of live music is unmatched. Now, like, it is politically and culturally stifled because gentrification is real. And gentrification is the removal of certain cultural staples to make room for other people, replace other people, displacement, if you will. That musicality is happening. I heard a band try to do the sound from 2015 about 2 months ago. Shit was trash. And they knew it was trash. Like, they saw, they were playing it, they looked around and was like, we got to move on to something else because we can't keep up.
That's tough.
What about y'all? What y'all fucking with?
90s era.
Yeah.
90s, early 2000s.
For sure. For sure.
R&B 2000s, yeah.
I like a lot of 70s soul.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, Dramatics, Delphonics.
Yeah.
Oh, the Delphonics.
Honestly, it's just bullshit time for real. What else y'all want to talk about? As you can tell, What's anything going on in the world y'all want to talk about? Yeah, talk to us.
How did y'all start this podcast? What's like what?
All right. Well, I guess I got.
If they want to hear it again, right?
All right. So
Please give us a short. Yeah.
So November 2019, we just decided to, hey, let's get some content going for the page. So we said, let's do a podcast. We must have went through like hundreds of names. Then, honestly, the first episode that we started, we just said, hey, rolled the camera, said, hey, this is the 804 podcast. We started in VCU library, camera phone.
Hooked up to the charger, I remember.
That's what's up.
We've been rocking ever since. And it's crazy to think about it, how we went through all of COVID and didn't stop one podcast. I mean, of course, we had our masks
crazy.
And just, but you see, hey, we're still rocking now.
We went
200 something episodes.
Curfew too. Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Wait, Alex. But I mean, that curfew was bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
We did a podcast in Baltimore.
What you talking about? Curfew?
Remember the COVID curfew where like you're supposed to be in that?
Bro, I was outside.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking followed that shit.
Yeah.
Shit was on fire and fucking, bro, crazy ass shit. I was outside.
Like, what are some of y'all? Oh, you know what's a good one? How do y'all measure success as a podcast? How do y'all measure success?
As a podcast?
Yeah.
That is a good question.
I would say
damn.
giving a platform to our guest, because that's what we're doing. So giving a platform to our guest with a good quality show, like giving a good quality show to the audience and giving a platform to the
Feedback.
guest.
Feedback. Okay.
Yeah, because I would say likes. Well, how about this? Fuck it, I'll be real with you. I would say likes and views and subscribers, niggas, but niggas ain't got that much. So, or it's a gradual thing. How about that? It's a gradual thing. So therefore, in the meantime, we just go off of feedback and when we go out in the streets, when we go to events,
When you go
and
to
people be
streets, go events, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I feel you on that. On the real life, like somebody is telling you that they're watching something and enjoying the content. That's great.
That'd be a crazy feeling. Real talk.
Yeah.
Like if you're just out and about and hey, I think I saw you on this. It's like what?
It's a great feeling. I think the likes and everything, like at the end of the day, it's people scrolling through content, right? You know, I don't really care about a like. You know, I do like to see engagement with like the views, the comments, all of that. But like, I have like a threshold in my mind of like this video gets to this amount of views, okay, I didn't fuck up because I edit everything. You know, like that's real. It's not like I did good. It's like, okay, I didn't fucking drop some complete ass. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's what we. That's where I asked you that question because before our previous podcast, we had a very intense conversation about how we measure success. I believe that social media is complete bullshit. I think the numbers they show you are bullshit. I think even leaning on those metrics as any way of success, like, is a guaranteed way to heartbreak, which y'all fellas discussed, and I'm glad this is the first things that came up. Is like, who knows what's in the street? How safe do people feel on our platform? Those things to me are the measures of success. But I ain't gonna bullshit you. We'd be 5 lying motherfuckers if we said we don't look at that 66 views and be like, shit, this ain't the one. This ain't the million one. This ain't the one.
I have a threshold in my mind, but like I've actually, since we drop, you know, pretty free. I think you guys drop more clips than we do. I take like a lot. I take a lot of time on mine because like I don't really have too many people to be like, this is. I don't run it past like 5 people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I've actually just started to ignore all of the like. It's just me and the platform for real when I'm doing that kind of stuff. Like I like to see results. That's great, but to get away from that heartbreak is to just completely like disassociate from the emotion in it and get to the fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely the tip that I'm on. And yeah. But I had to be so I could keep doing it and keep it going. Like no, for real though. Like yeah.
Be on that tip, bro.
I just want to say something real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
So I'm gonna be honest. My answer would have been both of them combined. And honestly, I love doing this podcast. Like having y'all here, like all 266 episodes, I've enjoyed being. So the whole thing for me was just doing this. Like I didn't care about the views, the likes, just coming here every day. That's just me. That's just my genuine answer.
Yeah.
And another thing too about the Instagram and creating thing. That's just like even the algorithm. That's just inconsistent as a bitch. Like you post something, you can spend 3 hours making one post that gets 1 like, and you can spend 2 seconds making one post that get 1,000 likes. So it's just
the craziest.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
definitely rigged.
Yeah. So like, bro, it's a really like you said, to lean on that. You're gonna set yourself up for failure because it's gonna be that one where you put time in, and you could be like, damn, do I want to do this anymore? And that's the whole opposite point.
Right.
I will say this, and I guess everybody can kind of answer or chime in about this. Is there any problem to going viral by itself?
Is there a problem with
going viral, like on social media in general?
Whether genuinely or not.
So me personally, I think there's no problem with it. It's definitely, if you're a content creator and if your job is social media, if that's one of the hats, that would be like the gold medal, you know, for that period of time. But I know a lot of people who have gone viral, who either go viral every time they post or have gone viral a few times, and it actually doesn't equate to the what would you call it? The
Monetary?
Not monetary, but like the transfer of the engage. It doesn't actually get the engagement that's retained that you would think, which kind of brings me to Bemo's complete point of like it possibly could be a little rigged in some sort of way. There's something up. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have 100,000 followers and then you get like you have 2,000 followers and you get a video with 1 million views, you could still have 2,000 followers after that, which is weird, right? You would think it's like, all right, I fucking made it. We did it. Like, no, like you got to consistently do that. Like,
Thanks.
And we had a guest who was on that Vice episode who openly admitted to buying bots. Like his success is that he's able to buy millions of bots, and we had him on a clip, and we collaborated on that clip with this gentleman, and just as we expected, like, he bought the bots, we got the...
When that shit happens, like, you turn your notifications off because you get so many fucking likes, bro. Like, if you were to actually go viral and, like, your shit was popping within 1 hour, your video has to go viral. Like, if it were organic, right? That's basically like how you know your video is going viral. And bro, my phone was annoying the shit out of me. I couldn't read any texts. It would just be like 1,000 new likes, 1,000 new likes. And after a while, I was like, bro, I can't fucking do this shit anymore. And then you look at there's some very robust bots out there right now, because I know what the fuck that shit looks like, and it's with there's dots in the names to the point where it doesn't look. It really does look real unless you actually look at it.
Or something like that.
Yeah, like, bro, I be on fucking Tinder. I know the fucking bot looks like. Come on, like.
But the reason why I bring up Buddy is because it, like, for a moment.
Shout out Chad Harrington, though. Shout out Chad Harrington, this man.
I ain't want to just throw his name. Okay. The reason why I bring up Chad is because
That's over for us.
I want to take all those spots back. Yeah.
shit, that's fine. But like in those moments, we get a peek to see what that type of success is. And to Al's point, it don't translate. So like random virality to go back to a direct answer to your question. Do I think there's something wrong with virality? No. I think like niggas who get their first $50,000 check and think they rich, they like, oh, this is all I needed. When in actuality, like, nah, that running and that content is gonna run out. What you really want is to have consistency amongst your community. I've been saying on the Wake and Bake with Bemo podcast that the end point for us is not customers, it's to have constant community. You want people who know y'all drop every week and it's like, man, this is part of my weekly routine. I brush my teeth. This is my morning routine. I wake up, I listen to the 804, and then I go on about my day. That's what Joe Budden got. That's what Academics got. That's what the Breakfast Club got. That's what we got. They don't give a fuck if one of them clips go viral. That's just part of the motion. What you really want is like, oh, I'm invested in these niggas and I want to hear what these niggas have to say the next episode and the following episode. Matter of fact, I invested these niggas so much, I'm a suggester in somebody for the interview. You know what? I love these niggas so much, I'm going to react to their clip. Fuck liking, fuck sharing. I'm putting me on a green screen and I'm doing this shit. That's how much I love these niggas.
I think it's also very subjective. It's very subjective too to like what going viral actually is for different people, right? Like for me as like the small, just like guy from Nova who's doing this fucking podcast and I'm stoked on it, is that sometimes we have collab posts of people with a large following. And I really like when I can cut up a clip that actually helps show their fan base like a different side of them, and they know that they're doing me and Bemo a favor, but it gets a moderate amount of views, like a good amount, and like I'm happy that I have my little like threshold in my mind. I'm like, all right, this was good for you, this is good for us, there's engagement, like that really like warms my heart. It makes me feel like I am not part of the social media robot and I'm doing it in like a grassroots homegrown way, and it's like people are fucking with it. Yeah. That's what I really like. Yeah, that's the guy who fucking cuts up all the clips, which I know you do.
All right. I guess I ain't got anything else. I guess other than that, we can go ahead and get announcements and get up out of here. Alex, let's start with you. We'll go round table. Any shout outs, any announcements, anything you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Shit. Shout out. Damn. Hey, I guess shout out,
ain't nothing formal. Yeah.
DC, Maryland, Virginia, whole community. Shout out Richmond for like letting me sit at the table too. I really appreciate it. Of course, shout out 804 podcast. Shout out Rhythm City Collective, the homies I ride with, my roommates, my brothers. Yeah, shout out Everybody Eats. Love the motherfucker Ray. Shout out Cobra Cabana, man. Penny pinchers are fucking hell of a drink. $5 a shot and a beer. Who would have thought? Richmond.
Yo. Shout out my nigga Alex. Shout out all the Bullet girls. Shout out to all my niggas voting progressive. Shout out all my niggas voting. Shout out to my niggas who can't shut the fuck up. Shout out to my niggas who always shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Reup podcast and our audience. You know what I mean? We did an audience name. Like, are they Reup heads? Are they dope heads? Are they fiends? Shout out to the fiends, bro. Shout out to the Reups. No, shout out to the fiends, bro. No, who Reups? The drug lord. Shout out to our drug lords out there. We see. Yeah, shout out to the plug. Shout out to the plug. Shout out to my legs out in this bitch, bro. Shout out Richmond. That y'all let me pull up, man. Shout out to that bunny rabbit that was outside. We don't see bunny rabbit. Little bunny rabbit outside.
Crazy thing. You ever seen a possum in the DMV?
Yeah.
Really? I only seen a possum in Richmond.
Why are you running?
Nah, I seen a possum. I seen a few possum. I seen a fox the other. I seen a fox.
There we go.
Chasing an old possum. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I'm hungry. I'm trying to eat.
Just in that ass, if you will. Oh, in that possum ass, baby. Shout out to possum ass. We appreciate you. Nah, but for real though, shout out to the DMV showing us love, the Reup podcast, all of our drug lords and plugs out there. We appreciate y'all. And shout out to the 804 podcast, man. Thank y'all for pulling up and inviting us. You know what I mean? Nigga, hold on. I'm gonna glaze you up real quick, cause niggas black men do not reach out with love. It just does not happen. We see each other, we go, but it's very rare do we get a, hey, I fuck with you and I want to show you and highlight you on this particular platform that we've built. So I appreciate y'all brothers being vulnerable and having us on here. Thank you.
Wait, one more quick shout. Shout out DJ Harrison, Butcher Brown too. I fuck with them. Yeah, you in Richmond, you got to. No, shout out to Fon.
Mr. Alfred?
Mid Alex.
Tighten up. Big cap. Yeah. Look, Jesse, Nick, Alex, Bemo. We all know what they're doing right now as we speak.
Watching the Olympics.
Well, no. They're in bed right now.
Watching the Olympics.
Lights out. Covers half off. They got their phone in one hand. And Jesse, what do they have in their other hand? Nick, what do they have in their other hand?
I don't know.
Covers half off. Lights out. Phone in one hand. They're laying in bed. And where's their other hand at? What's their other hand doing?
That's tough.
Nick, what's their other hand doing?
I don't know.
It's funny how you're asking niggas. Like, you're aggressively asking niggas what's going on. Right, I didn't realize,
What's in their other...
but go ahead, go ahead.
What's in their other hand
It's like,
is their W-2s, their 1099-Rs, their 1095 A, B, and Cs. Jesse, they still got their stimulus letter from 2020 and 2021.
What more do
So what do they need to do?
Man, real quick, man, they need to hop in the whip, slide down the... My brothers, I got you, Mo. Right. Put it down. Right, get in the car.
Put the papers in the folder, and then,
Close that tab. Southside Richmond, Hall Street Road. Where am I pulling up to, brother?
2650 Hall Street Road. That's 2650 Hall Street Road. Fiscal, Fitness, Tax, and Financial Services. That's Fiscal, Fitness, Tax, and Financial Services. My father's business, Derek L. Alfred. Been doing taxes over 30 years. And Nick, you might catch your boy in there.
Fucking like somebody's tax.
Doing taxes very professionally. My dad.
This nigga.
Yo.
My tax is fucked up.
We got you. 804-321-5766. Don't open the door. Yeah, but look, yo, my dad can get you hooked. Do not open that door. You're good. But that can get you hooked up with annuities, retirement planning, and for all you business owners out there, we don't just do personal taxes, we also do business taxes as well. Get you set up, get you straight, we got you. So like I said, the phone number is 804-321-5766. That's 804-321-5766. Love you, Mom. Love you, A. Love you, Dad. Appreciate y'all for coming on. Most Def. Shout out to all our fans. Nick, proud of you. And yeah.
Again, more documentary clips coming. Go on Instagram, follow Lancaster Movie on Instagram, on IG. You should see some clips up there now. Still more editing to do, but shout out to all the supporters out there. I really appreciate y'all. It's been a long journey, about 2 years, but yeah, y'all should it should be on the way. It's on the way. You know, you can't rush it. So
Got to do that premiere. And it's done.
As long as you finish it.
yeah, thank you.
Documentary.
Other than that, man, pray, drink your water, wear your deodorant out here. It is.
Bro, man, I don't need no deodorant, bro. The natural smell of me is it. God made me this way.
Don't listen to this nigga right
You know
here.
what I'm saying? Niggas out here saying that.
Don't listen to Mid Alex.
Nah. There ain't no mean Alex here. Yeah. Niggas, but yeah.
Listen to Reup Alex, not Mid Alex.
Which re-up, like the 804 podcast re-up Alex? Or re-up?
Do you suffer from a lack of a father figure? Question. Have you
you're
ever
good,
accidentally broken your mom's favorite coffee
I forgot the wrong button.
to a bed and spanked you?
My fault. Ad. Nah, man. Once again, appreciate you guys. Appreciate the whole Reup podcast for coming through. Of course. Appreciate you guys for your travels. I already know how it is. Yeah. You already watching? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Content coming
Hit
soon.
it twice, you unsubscribe. You know what I mean? Hit it 3 times. Yeah.
Hey, shit.
Damn, bro.
I'm weak. Actually, yeah. Just make sure you're subscribed. Yeah, don't fucking.
Otherwise, niggas do the uppercut.
I didn't subscribe. Yeah, no, I subscribe first, then uppercut. Yeah,
Uppercut, subscribe.
Hey, you know what? Real life, it really do be like that, bro. Yeah. I heard Bo in the hospital and everything. Yeah, did he subscribe though? Niggas ain't subscribed.
Right, yeah. There we go.
Right, yeah. So, take us out, Nick.
Before we get out of here, since we have another podcast on the show, I want to say this. If you're thinking about starting a podcast, just go out there and start it. You never
Facts.
know. There is a audience for everything. So if you're thinking about starting that podcast on Greek mythology, go ahead and start that because it's actually pretty interesting.
Greek mythology?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's my shit.
They listen to us talk, nigga. They might be like, you know what? Yeah, like, right. Susan them ain't that damn bad. Right, yeah. What did them niggas talk about? Yeah, right. Go ahead and take us out. That's a good point, though, Nick.
Thank you, ReupPodcast, for coming through.
Appreciate
We appreciate y'all.
Alex.
And this was the 804 podcast.
And we out to the eye.